The power of no for me is something super powerful, something I am trying to learn every day, because at the moment there's a lot of opportunity coming my way, and it's difficult for me to say yes to everything. I would like to say yes to everything, but it also affects the things that I have committed to. I need to be strong in saying no, even though sometimes it's not easy for the person to hear me say no, and do it for myself to be able to have a better meal, turn up for the things that I say yes for.
15 seconds to go.
Commitment usually in this sport is a lot, especially in swimming, because the requirements are unusual. You can walk and do any other sports outside. You need to come to a pool to train. And you know, the top guys are doing anything from 17 to 24 hours. In addition, a lot of them are studying and that as well. So there is a lot of sacrifice from their side and commitment to be able to say, well, this is what I want to do as my main sport.
Finding a balance between yes and no is always very, very tricky.
You need to choose between your friends or between training or studying, and the dedication required for training prioritizes training mostly.
There's only so many hours in a day, there's so many things I can do, and I would rather, for the things I say yes, be able to fully commit to and not turn up too tired and not turn up as not Neil.
With the performance that you see from the races, that makes you want to commit even more to saying no to the other leisures.
The no's are no to the wrong food, no to the wrong social life, no to friends at certain points of the year when they know they have a big competition coming. So these are all big no's, and then sometimes even family gatherings. So these are all big no's that affect swimmers from that point of view.
There's always the feeling of upsetting people, the expectation of me to say yes for everything, but it's also important for me to balance, because my days are very busy, my training takes up a lot of my energy and my time, and I need to give it its full focus and its full attention to give myself the best opportunity to complete a big swim. Power of no is something that I basically had no option to implement. In the beginning, it was always trying to see missing out on opportunity that might lead to something else, that might lead to something else, that might be the big thing that I'm waiting for. So I used to tell everybody, yes, I'll come here, yes, I'll do that, I'll do this. Then all of a sudden, I started to realize that I started to not like these opportunities that have been given to me, because it was just too much work, too tired, and not turning up as my best self. So I had to start saying no, and once I started saying no, then I was feeling much better. I had much more time to also for myself as well. I have to have time for me to balance work and life and things that make me happy doing, that I do in my own pastime as well.
When you're working hard and you're training hard, the things which suffer the most are relationships. Obviously, then I try to prioritize my family and obviously my close relationships, but then, you know, friends, phone calls, everything else start being put on the table. Yeah, recreation tends to suffer, but and then your life becomes about motivation to swim and to work hard and achieve your goals, which at this time in my life is what I want to do essentially.
There used to be the fear of missing out on a bigger opportunity by saying yes to another opportunity, but as time goes on, you start to understand who you resonate with more when you are sitting down in meetings and having conversations, and then you are doing what resonates with you. Then you are never taking the wrong decision, because even if the other opportunity might have been bigger that you said no to, if you do not resonate with the person, then that opportunity can never be bigger. You're taking notes, Cornell?
Yes, yes. I have it on
The hardest no that I ever had to accept was me saying no to continuing swimming through the amount of jellyfish that I swam through last year when I was crossing from Mallorca to Ibiza. I put my whole life on hold, every moment of every day, preparing myself to give myself the best chance to swim and complete this swim. That was going to be 100 miles, the first time anyone's ever done 100 miles. And I was stopped by forces that were out of my control, swimming into a never-ending wall of jellyfish for 3 hours, and 60 stings later, I had to say, no, it is not safe for me to continue. No, I cannot do this anymore. So sometimes the no's are hard, but the hard ones are sometimes the most powerful ones and the most rewarding ones as well.
If I was an employee and I was looking to hire somebody and someone had swimming on their resume, I know what a level of commitment. So I know this person is always going to arrive on time, he's going to be committed to the last, but finish what is required. So yes, it carries on in all aspects of their life. So that's why it's such a good thing.
I definitely take a lot of decisions on my own, but then there are obviously certain decisions that I run by my team of people, and also I have a team of closer people that it depends what the situation is and who I need to kind of unpack it with, because there are certain decisions that are very big decisions. Like if I'm going to swim again or not.
Kia, movement that inspires.